What's up, guys? My name's Brian Vega, and we're live. We're live. Okay, cool. So I've been making a lot of reels today on just miscellaneous stuff. Okay. See if I can. There you go. I'm gonna sit on that reflection. I'm in my house. Finally, it is 9:51. I'm gonna build this Lego because it's been a long time overdue. This is a housewarming gift to me from my older brother Darian. Love him. And it's time to go ahead and build it. So let's move you guys a little further back and see if y'all can actually see the build process. I've never gone live. I'm not sure if the audio is being picked up from my MacBook or from my AirPod. So we're just gonna have to roll with it. I'm hoping to finish this up by tonight. This has 1,173 pieces. In awesome Lego fashion. Let's just dump them out. There we go. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just now getting home. I already ate. But if you see my reels, check them out. They're not too great yet, but trust me, I will improve on them. I've been posting videos for a very, very long time. And the reality of it is you just have to start with a lot of things. If you don't start, you don't go anywhere with it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is two. 2 is a big one. Okay. So we have the bags and stuff. Let's go ahead and go for it. But yeah, I figured, you know what, today I'm just gonna go for it and actually make some videos. I made a couple reels. I hope y'all like them. It was just me transporting a couple cars today. And it went really well. They have so many cool different flower bouquets. Oh my god, they're beautiful. Bonsai tree is pretty. This is a beautiful set too. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Oh my. Okay, we're making the base, the flower pot, you could call it, off the rip. Okay, it looks pretty interesting. Okay. Well, instructions are they're out. They're ready to roll. So let me see if I can actually see them. There you go. Y'all might not see me as much, but it's okay. I tried using my iPhone to stream, and I have a little thing over here, but no one knows me. No one's watching my videos yet, but with time, people definitely will. So let's go ahead and open number one. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Look at that. I know they have a couple things extra, but let's hope to not drop anything or misplace any. So, I feel like y'all still can't really see. That's gonna be pushing y'all as far out as I really can. I can push y'all further back, but it should be okay. My house is a little freaking warm right now, so if anything, I'm gonna run away for a little bit and turn that dang AC on. But I'm gonna hope to not do that for a minute. Okay, this is part of put these to the side. This looks nice. Very, very nice little bundle we have here. So I gotta do this 4 times. Anyhow, I figured instead of talking about Legos the whole time, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about myself. First, I'm gonna go through my day again, real quick. Wow, okay. So I woke up real late. I guess late, not really late, because I work 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. and that's just been my schedule for a while for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I do come back home on a Monday morning. So I slept a good 8, 9 hours. I don't wake up till about 12:30. Went back to sleep, didn't get out of bed till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. And that's where I begun my day really by moving trailers. Uh, I have 2 trailers. I have a was it 18-foot tilt trailer, and I have a 35-foot wedge trailer. And I just use those to transport cars mainly. Is it for both of them? No, it's a regular. This is the number one also. I was like, already picking out. All right, we got that out. And okay, cool. What was that? So yeah, so I got that moving in the morning, and I'm gonna go pick up a Ford Transit from a local auction over here to deliver for a buddy at his dealership. So we're gonna build 4 of these. I'm not sure. Come on, little shit. Quality is so, but guys, you can see my sweat though. But anyways, you got that Ford Transit. I got there around. What do you guys say? Let's see. Was it about? I'd say it was probably. I left the house at 2 o'clock. I fueled up at a local gas station about 2:20. So I got there around 3. Didn't take too long to get the truck or nothing. And the first trip up was a breeze. I mean, a real breeze. I got up there in under an hour. There was no traffic in all reality, which is not too uncommon, but in reality, more often than not, there's an accident or two that slows everybody down, like what happened on the way back home. But we're not there yet. Anyways, I finally get to my buddy's dealership around 12:30 or so. Not 12:30, 4:30. 4:30 was it? Yeah, it was about 4:30, and cool. That job was done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Paid 250 for the transportation. Was under an hour trip. Total like an hour and a half, 2 hours, if that. Probably spent $15 on fuel in total. So that was a great fucking start to the day. And as I was leaving, he was like, "Hey man, I got another car that you can take back." He had two, but one wasn't ready quite yet. But he said you can for sure take one and make it worth your while going back home. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm up for it." So we loaded up another car. It was a Lexus RX. I think it was a 300 or might have been a 430. I'm not sure. An older one. And we did that, and that was it, dude. I came back, dropped that car off, got home. I'm chilling, and I ate. Now I'm building this Lego. Now where I caught up with today. Let's go further back, further back. This is not going to be too interesting, guys. Not for a hot minute because it's just someone telling a story. But I'm gonna get it out there now. So later on, when I'm making a bunch of freaking videos, and I say something about it, it's not like, oh, it's new, or maybe he's just saying that to this, that, and the other. But um, we're not gonna go too far back. That's for sure. That is for sure because anybody want to know too much, right? Like I was born. Nah, yeah, yeah. Don't want to go that far back. Uh, while we're looking at the Lego, it's starting to get interesting here, guys and gals. Um, but I think for most people, the best place to start a story, right, is likely when you start making a little bit of money, right? Like what like when you start getting some value. Because when I started thinking about it, when I was younger, playing video games in middle school, you ain't what's there to talk about? You go to school, you see a fight, maybe you have some food, and you go back home. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's actually really, really great. Okay. Okay, I'm here. I'm there. I do this 4 times. And so I figured I will start on something when I started working or when I started making a little bit of money. This is what the account or what the YouTube is really going to be about. Is really about what I'm doing to make a little bit of money. I do have a full time job, and yes, I am a licensed used car dealer, so a broker. But we'll get into that. Uh, let's say about 15, right? What do you do when you're 14, 15? You're playing video games with your buddies, and that's all you know. You play video games until someone's like, "Hey, man, you got to make some money." And you're like, "What the heck is money?" And they're like, "The things your parents use to buy you all the video games you can't buy yet, or aren't letting you buy or have because you don't have any money." Nor do they because we're poor. We don't know that yet. But that is when you start making some money. You start thinking about, oh, what am I going to do to make some money? And so for me, I got lucky with a buddy from school. He had a landscaping business. He just cut lawns. He was doing really great. His dad had gotten him a truck, and I owe him a lot because he gave us a really good amount of work, just working landscaping, cutting trees, and doing the things I'm not sure how many of the high schoolers would do, especially in that time. Now I'm starting to like how things are going because there's a lot more kind of entrepreneurial youth, which is beautiful. Yeah. But back then, it wasn't really too hard. If your dad had a company, yeah, you would work with him on the weekends or something. There's always those guys, which is great too, because they get you know a really nice path towards success. And so we were doing landscaping for a while. That was about shucks a year, right? So what did someone do for the first paycheck? First paycheck, I bought a big ass TV. Excuse me. I bought a huge TV. I can't blur stuff. I'm horrible at editing. I'm gonna try and see the videos going further, just not editing, just trying to do this raw film because I'm kind of lazy, as y'all might end up finding out. But now we're on this next step. Anyways, what? Oh, ha 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 ha! Look at this guy. It's starting to come together already. Look at this little flower pot. And so landscaping, once again, it was good money off the rip. I mean, you got to think about from making $0 to out of nowhere making $100 a day on a good day, or $60 a day, $80 a day, working 4 or 5 hours after after school because still got to go to school, and that was some good money. That was like, wow, like I can buy stuff, right? So my first couple paychecks, I bought a TV, then I bought a watch, which I do not regret because you just got to buy things and figure out what you like. And what's that one? Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. I burp a lot. Um, but is it in every single one? No, just the black ones. Putting these in the little black squares. And yes, that was good for a while, but it wasn't as consistent, especially in the wintertime. And after being there for a while, you were like, all right, I'm tired of burning up in the sun. You get tired of being out there just burning up and mowing people's lawns, really. Um, so I ended up getting, as soon as I turned 16, I was able to apply to, jobs. Actually get like a legit, a more uniform job, something more consistent. And so my buddy put me on to Arby's because he had worked there for a while. And Arby's was a good spot because the food, really. So I worked at Arby's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think. And definitely Saturday and Sunday. Fridays, I think it was uh, up in the air. Wrong. Oh, okay. I'm tripping out already, guys and gals, people, humans. Oh no. That's the one thing bad about Legos. If you mess up, you gotta really. Oh no! Help! Probably some tweezers would be good. I cut my nails recently too, so we know how this is gonna go. Oh my god. Okay, let me do that. Let me lift you. Oh my gosh. There you go. Ah. Anyhow, so I got the job at Arby's. Arby's was a good little gig. And I was like, well, I only work here 2 or 3 days as a part time because I couldn't be full time as a student. And I was like, well, I want some more money. Like, who wouldn't want more money? So I simultaneously applied before my first week started at Arby's to Little Caesars, which my mom worked at the time. So I worked at Little Caesars during the week and the weekends. And yeah, I'll tell you how to schedule a little bit. Probably not to get too much into it, but just kind of y'all see where I'm at as far as what I'm doing. Okay. But essentially being a cashier, just doing the miscellaneous tasks, I think everyone should do at least once, not to stay in it forever like some people, but I mean, if you do, it's fine. But not really, it's not. But I was just being cashier at both jobs, and so I was going to a high school over yonder, Berkmar. Some of y'all might know, but and I'm in Georgia, uh, and so I was going to my primary high school in the morning, or not, and then I got enrolled in a dual enrollment or like a kind of more hands-on science oriented school also. So I ended up going to that school in the morning and then the regular school in the afternoon or like around 10 o'clock. So I went to two schools And then after school, I would go to Little Caesars. So Monday to Thursday, or I have one day off maybe. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I worked at Arby's. In the mornings, I worked like 4 or 5 hours, and then I would go to Little Caesars. So that's what I did. I went to two schools, and I also had two jobs. This for a young buck as such as myself. I mean, I had some decent money. I'm not. No, it was good money. This was like 2015, guys and girls. So minimum wage, 7.25 hasn't changed since then. But what 7.25 could buy you in those times has significantly changed. And hmm, oh, okay. And from two jobs, not having any bills or anything, I was able to save up for a car within a month. I mean, I turned 16 in November. By December, I had a stack, as you like, I like to call it, just a stack, one grand. And that was enough to find me a good car. My first car was a 1993 Acura Integra. He was asking $1,700 for a hatchback 93, completely unmodified, with 130,000 miles or so. That's what I have to say. It's been a while now that I'm old. But it was a great car. I mean, just like significantly better than what I thought I was going to have. And it was a 5-speed manual. It was an LS trim, so it had just a B18 B1 4-cylinder, 1.8 liter engine in it. It had once we had 5-speed manual, it had power windows, power sunroof, power seat belts. That old people, y'all might not know about that, but I guess in the 90s there were some regulations. So the seat belt, like when you'd open the door, it would unlatch the seatbelt or move it forward. And when it closed the door, it automatically closed on you. It was cool. It was cool. I felt cool. Maybe I wasn't. I probably still ain't to everybody, but I felt cool. I tell you what. Um, and so I had that car. So I paid once again. He was asking $1,700. I offered him nothing. I always wanted to see it. He had a Corvette C6, a Z06 when we showed up. It was as a chick. And obviously, that's one of my dream cars now. Not obviously, but it is one of my dream cars now. But looking back at it right now, I'm just looking at this little Integra that I can actually afford. And this part's done. So we're going to set this aside. Next, pizza disc. Okay, pizza disc, petri dish. What the heck? Come on, man. There you go. And I lowballed him. That's what you're supposed to do. I lowballed the heck out of him. He wanted 17. I offered him $900. He's like, "That's not happening." I'm like, "Come on, man. Let's make this work somehow." And he was like, "No, I can't do that, but I can maybe do." He goes, "I gotta line these up right. Is that lined up right? That is lined up right." He said, "I can maybe do 1,300." I was like, "Look, I'll give you 1,000, or let me drive it real quick." And I drove it around the parking lot, barely, of this Walmart. Never really having driven stick beforehand. Or I have. I had, like, drove my dad's Mustang GT, like, once or twice, and that was about it. That was my experience driving a car and just a stick shift car, like, maybe up and down the block. So I did the same thing, did install it. It came out, and I was like, "Hey, like, can you do 1,100?" So, "You know what? Your first car, this, that, and the other. Dude was really cool, really kind." And we made a deal at 1,100 from him being at 17 and me being at 900. I think that was a good little dealio. And in the day, little that I know now, I mean then, but it was a great deal. It was honestly a great deal. I mean, it was a great car, had no leaks, no damages. I mean, it was just beautiful little integrity. I can see it on my Instagram. Bodacious, Budatus. But that was on like my first Instagram post. And I mean, I love that little car. The little car was cool. Look at these little rings. Y'all see these little rings? Hmm. But yeah, I wanted to shoot on my iPhone camera because it shoots in 4K, but I can't do that. Not quite yet. I'm hoping it's these. Hold up. Yeah, it's gotta be these little golden rings. But, yeah, that's how I got my little Integra, right? So this is a month in working a job, right? I got my little car, started modifying it, I mean, lowering it, putting wheels and tires, tinting the windows, having fun. I would say having fun with the car, just experiencing a car because before that, I had never had my own car. So this was obviously a new experience for me, and there's some things I could have done better, like the suspension. Don't cheap out on suspension. That'll be a whole different rant. I'm into cars, so that's what I'm going to be into a lot. Like I said, I'm a dealer, so that's what my videos will primarily go about. But right now, I'm building a Lego. Anyhow, I modified it, and it was one of those cars. It was like that high school car that you see, like that guy in high school who has that one loud car in the parking lot. I was that guy, um, for a while until other people got cars. Because I got my car second semester in my sophomore year. I was like 16, 15, 16 years old. And so that is this part. What? Okay, where does this go? This goes in there. This is what we're cooking with right now. I'm not sure if I have to make 4 of these. Excuse me. I do burp a lot. Okay. Let's just look at this real quick. Okay. It's easy enough. Wait. On which ones? Okay. Green with green. Just makes sense. Green with green. Green with green. Uh, so now I have this little Integra that I'm modifying, having fun in, and inevitably crash it. And this is when I'm still working at Arby's and Little Caesars. I worked for them for about a year. So around the time I crashed my car, I was like, you know what, this sucks. Let me fix it. I fixed it. I got a new job, and well, I didn't fix it. My dad fixed it for me because he's awesome. He pulled the front frame, so I rear-ended someone when I was picking up wheels. Because at the same time, working 2 jobs, going to 2 schools, I was flipping wheels. I was buying and selling wheels with a really good buddy of mine who had taught me how to do that. Gustavo, great guy. There's Tint right now. He's the Lifted Gus on YouTube. He's making a lot of videos, but he should stop. He should really start on that again. Anyhow, so flipping wheels, picking up another set of wheels, very far, Villa Rica. My first time driving over an hour and some change for some wheels. And I rear end someone. It was horrible, horrible. His car was fine. Mine was fucked, freaked up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a trash. Should not be cursing. I really should not be cursing. And that light is like, there's so many mirrors in my house. I'm gonna do a little kind of tour or something down the line. But this house is awesome. It's so cool. Anyhow, I crashed it. Luckily, my pops was able to fix it. I keep driving the car. Now I have a new job, and I was like, you know what? I've already done a lot with this car. I don't really like it as much as I do anymore. Let me sell it. I sold that and got an Integra GSR in the year 2000. So now I have this new car, newish car that's way too powerful for some 16-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid. No, 16, 17. I was turning 17. I was still 16. But now I had a new job at a car wash, and I had this cool little car. So it was nice. I had a little girlfriend I was talking to, high school, you have a little bit of fun with chicks. And everything was going cool until I wrecked that car. I totaled that car out. Oh my gosh. I had a guardrail going 80 and then another guardrail going 40. I ricocheted off one, then perpendicularly hit another one. And that one I didn't hit. It was pretty dang bad. I'm not gonna cap. But there goes that car. That car is pretty much total loss. But I paid $2,500 for it. What a steal. What a car for the price. It was a hatchback. It was black exterior, black leather interior, 5 speed, had a 2 liter Integra GS, or was it 1.8 liter? My bad. The GSR, so it's a B18C1 or something. Really amazing, amazing engine and transmission and interior, flawless, like 170,000 miles. But you give a goddamn 16-year-old a 200 horsepower hatchback and he wrecks it. The good thing is I was okay. So, right, of course, I'm good. But now I have no car and I'm somewhat, you know, in the dumps, still working, still went to school the next day. I mean, we drove the car back up on the trailer. I went to school the next day, like nothing happened. People were like, "Hey, where's your car?" I'm like, I crashed. And they're like, "Oh, the heck, whatever." Fast forward a little bit, I start taking the parts off the car, so I'm parting it out. I paid 2,500 bucks for it. I I sold everything, engine swap, the transmission, some interior bits. I should have kept the interior. The clutch, not. I should have done tail lights. I sold the bumpers, the wheels for 2,500 bucks. After about a month, I was able to get 2,500 bucks for everything. I mean, so I broke even though I wrecked the car. Just to tell you how good of a deal I got. That was not fun though. Like overall, it was a great learning experience. That to me is when it kind of clicked as far as, oh, like cars are cool to keep, but you can make money off of them. Like you shouldn't just keep one car. Like that it sprouted the interest, you can say. Oh, I skipped one thing. I totally skipped one thing. Oh my gosh, this is before I got this car, the Integra. This is kind of crucial, but I can't skip over it. When I was working these two jobs, Arby's and Little Caesars, this is why I quit Little Caesars and Arby's. Uh, I went for a checkup, like a regular routine checkup, which is why you should probably do them, guys and girls, like adults and children. Just adults for me. When you're old enough, schedule your own. When you're young enough, make sure your parents do it. I got a little checkup, and they were like, "Hey, come back. We think this, that, or the other. Just no worries. Just come back, and we'll check you out again." And I didn't go back to that physical exam for about a month or 2 months because I was working. I was like, "Hey, no, I'm occupied. I don't want to go back yet because I don't have time. I'm too busy working two jobs. I go to two schools and this and the other." I was in that hole that a lot of people are in now. And I finally go back to this clinic, and they have a new lady on staff from Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, CHOA. I know a lot of y'all know CHOA. And so she's from CHOA. She sees my blood work from the last visit. She doesn't even take my blood work for this visit. And she's like, "Hey, I saw your blood work. Is this your blood work from last time?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is. I guess. No one took blood yet." She's like, "Okay, cool. Well, I want you to go to blah, 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 Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and just go to the emergency room. Don't worry. They already know you're coming. They know who you are. They're waiting for you." And she's like, "Don't look up anything online. Just go straight there." I was like, "Okay." Like, I'm the one driving. And so I'm going there with my mom, so I'm driving her truck. And we get there, they do some tests, and they come back and they're like, "Hey, good news and bad news." I was like, "What do you want first?" I'm like, "Give me the bad news." They're like, "Bad news is you have leukemia." And I was like, "Okay, what's uh-huh." The good news is it might be acute. I mean, chronic, chronic. It could be acute or chronic. And I was like, "Uh-huh." Like, I'm a 16-year-old kid. I'm like, Okay, elaborate some more, please." I never really got to the bottom of what it is, but it's a blood disorder of some sort. Something about blood cell counts. And so my first response after he tells me this, I'm like, "Okay, cool. When can I leave? Like, I have to go to work tomorrow or yeah, later today." And he was like, "Oh, no, you're not leaving. We're gonna hospitalize you." I was like, "What? You're gonna hospitalize me? This is somewhat serious." As I'm making jokes to my mom to kind of cheer her up because she just heard her 16-year-old has cancer. But I was cheering her up a little bit, best as I could. And so I got hospitalized, they do some tests, they figure out it's chronic. Woo! So put me on chemo. Pretty much went into remission. It came back, and now I'm still on chemo. Very, very minute, very very, mild. I'm good. I have my hair. And so that's that. That's just something that happened. That's why I quit. The reason I quit Little Caesars is because when I called them, I called my manager and I was like, "Hey, I just got this diagnosis. They said they're going to hospitalize me and I can't go into work today." And the manager, I remember this guy, Vincent, old dude, really Mr. Krabs with like down to the bone. He was like, "Oh, so when can you come in? You can't come today? Are you sure you can't come in today?" Like, what? Like, I just told you what they told me, guy. And I was like, "No, I can't." She's like, "Well, can you find someone to cover your shift?" I was like, "No, I'm about to go into like a procedure. They're about to do something to me." Yeah, they took some bone marrow, so I hung up. I was like, "You know what? I'll go back when I can." And so anyhow, they do a bone marrow like sample. So they take my bone marrow out. They come back and like, "Hey, yeah, you have CML. It's chronic myelogenous leukemia. We can put you on this treatment. You're gonna be fine." And I am essentially all fine, all good, no worries to be seen. And that's why I quit. I didn't want to be disrespected like that at work by someone who doesn't care about me. So I quit, and that was that. I mean, there was nothing more to it than, well, I missed a step. I missed this. I hope I didn't miss more of these because that would suck. Right. So I quit that place and I got a job at a little car wash, washing cars. After this, I got tired of my car. I don't know why. Maybe because that what I just said happened. And I sold my car and I bought the Integra GSR, which I had for a month or two before I wrecked it. And now I'm still working at this car wash, and I have a little bit of money saved up. I have some money from the Integra, and I'm like, okay, what do I want next? And I found I think it was a pickup truck I bought a little pickup truck. Yeah, a Nissan, it was a 1987 or 88 Nissan D21 pickup truck. Extended cab, two-wheel drive, five-speed manual, had the four banger in it. So that was my car for a minute, and that was a fun car. I would say a fun truck. My first truck. It was a cute little truck. It wasn't nothing too wild, but it was something just to drive. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got out of something. I wanted something different. I've had two hatchbacks. I was like, let me get something different. And I know those trucks were reliable or something like that. They weren't as reliable as they say, especially when the car was from 80. The truck was from 87, so a lot of parts are deteriorating. But I had that for a while. Everything was going good. I was still going to two schools. Now I'm down to one job, so I had a little bit more free time to spend with one of my girlfriends, and that was okay for a while. Till that went south. That ended. Thank goodness. Right? No, I'm kidding. It was a great experience, and we move on from there. And now oh my gosh, what am I? I almost a senior. I'm like a junior now. I'm tired of the car wash because like nothing's happening at a car wash. You're a car wash person. Like, can't wait to be a manager at a car wash. No, no one does that. Some people do, but I did not want to do that. So I quit there and got a job at Chevrolet in Atlanta. I was a quick lube assistant. So bottom of the barrel type of stuff. I was just helping with oil changes, tire rotations, balances, filter changes, and wiper blades. The very simple stuff. I was lucky enough to help out used cars when they had extra cars and needed help. And that was actually a great experience. I love that place. One thing I will say is one of the best environments. I mean, you could just talk one heck of a mess to everyone. I mean, everyone. It was a good vibe for sure. And being a 17-year-old exposed me to a lot of good people, a lot of knowledge. I know how to work on cars too. Excuse me, because of the automotive program that I was in Maxwell, which is the second school I went to, and then getting that quick lube job at Jim Ellis Chevrolet. Love them, RIP, Mr. Ellis. But it was a great experience. But fast forward after changing who knows how many cars, oils, filters, and tires, I got kind of tired of that. But I wasn't quite done with it yet. I sold the truck. I traded it for an Altima that I sold to one of my girlfriends. That didn't really work out, and I bought another Integra, a '91 Integra sedan, and I had that for a while. I was, uh, let's see, I was offered a job at another Chevrolet dealership in Buford by the hiring manager that hired me because he had moved over there. So he told me to come along with him, and I was like, sure, why not? And Mark Christian, he was like, let's do it. I was like, I'm cool with it. Let's roll. And we did that. That was fun. I worked in Buford for a little bit, but now I'm like 17, almost 18. I'm senior high school. As you can mention, I'm not mentioning anything of high school itself because high school was very, very boring for me. I was just there. And then when I got a car, I wasn't there and I was still getting A's because all I had to do was apply myself for like 10 minutes and you're good. You're good. All you got to do is be there for a little time and you're fine. I'm gonna start speedrunning this because you know storytelling ain't too great. But either way, I was still in school. Now I got another job, and every time the reason why you leave a job is when they won't pay you enough. Every time before I left the job, I'd ask for a raise. Not something ridiculous. Give me a dollar. Give me 80 cents. Give me $1.50. Give me some. And they're always like, no, 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 we can't do that. Blah blah blah. And that's when I knew, hey, yeah, I can stay here forever and just be stuck in this ship where I'm not gonna get paid more than what I'm already getting paid, and I'm just gonna be stuck here forever. And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I don't think anyone wants. So I quit there, went to the dealership, went to the other dealership, and now I'm like a senior. And at Maxwell, I'd already finished the automotive program, and I went to another program of welding. Welding was fun. Welding, great group of guys there. And so naturally, I found a job in the steel industry, which is where I'm actually still working there. I left for a very small hiatus during COVID, but I've been there for essentially 5 years. Since 2018, we're in 2023, give or take 1 year because I left for a little bit. We're just gonna not count that too much, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still there. But right, so now I get this much right before I go to this job. Let's go back into cars because cars are what keeps my memory, right? I had that truck, I had that Nissan, and then I had the Integra, and then I traded the Integra sedan for a Cadillac CTS, 2.8. That was a lot of fun. Little V6. Rolled around that for a while. I still have Buford and Chevrolet, and that was about right before I did. I pretty much got another job, but before I did, I sold the CTS. I bought an RSX, and that car was, oh my gosh, wonderfully terribly. Wonderfully terrible. Bought it for like 2,900 bucks. Little 5 speed base model, the K20 Z3 that I didn't know. I mean, K20 A2, which was horrible engine. Well, not too bad, but they're not anywhere near the standard of what those cars should be. I mean, they're really bad. If you're ever gonna do a swap in your Honda or something, don't pick that engine. I mean, there's just pick something else. Please pick something else. Or save yourself the hassle because they're not good. Plastic intake manifold, faulty starters. On all of those cars, you're gonna see bad power steering pumps. But I get this job at a company named Ryerson as a steel manufacturer, as a CNC operator right out of high school. I graduated high school, I'm going to college, and I also have this job now because I only have to work 3 days a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I go to school Monday through Thursday. Life was easy peasy because I was always occupied. The worst thing I think anyone could do is not be occupied because once you do not occupy your mind, you start going wild. Like right now, I was gonna watch TV. Okay, cool, but I was gonna be on my phone too, because nowadays I can't just watch TV. Like that's just not enough. So in those days, little did I know I was saving my brain because I couldn't just be at home all day. Although I love my family and stuff, I couldn't just be at home all day doing nothing. And so naturally, for me, I would go out with friends, study, go to school or college, and keep my job. During this time, I'm still saving money. There's some money I still haven't touched. I'm 23 years old now, and there's still money I haven't touched from high school and or 2016, 2017 era, and I'm kind of proud of that. I mean, it's pretty cool. But now I'm at this whatchamacallit, this job. It's pretty good. Started a lot better an hour than every other job. As you leave a job, you're supposed to go up. I'm almost debating cutting or finding a way to not work where I'm working at now, but now I have a mortgage, so I'm not going anywhere for a minute. Kinda up until my waist in debt, which is okay. I'm not too worried about it. So now I've got this little decent job. I wanted to buy a house back then, but I didn't end up doing it. I got talked out of it. But it is what it is. I bought a truck. This is I'm telling you all this because I'm trying to tell y'all things I did to get me where I'm at and what I did good and what I did bad. Right now, it's just kind of a brief overview of things, but we'll see with time. Hey, where'd you go, buddy? I'm missing one piece. Oh, here it is. It's the same color as the table. Oh gosh, y'all about to look at the progress. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it should be the base. It's gonna go quick. Oh, it's been an hour. No, not an hour, 30 minutes. Yeah, almost 41 minutes. So now I'm working at a steel mill. I'm going to a local community college, Gwinnett Tech, for welding just because I had credits. I mean, I didn't really understand what I was doing because mm, I was just following whatever path was available, right? I wasn't really researching too much things. I was like, oh, you know what? I already have credits from Maxwell for welding class, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to college for it because it seemed like a good job. And it was fun. I mean, the experience I got from there, the instructors and everyone, just that community is cool. Everyone's cool there too. Just like in the automotive industry, you have a lot of fun. People are kind of have tough skin, so they ain't gonna get mad if you say something or call them names or pick on them because it's better to pick on someone about something that's truthful than just make fun of someone. And in that case, they make fun of you about things, or you can pick around things that were true so people could improve. That's another big reason why I'm making these videos. Yeah, this video is not going to be great. The quality isn't good. The audio is probably not good. It's not a very good premise. I'm just talking about things that happened to me. But if you don't start and if you don't hear feedback and you're not willing to get criticized, you're not ever going to develop another skill or you're never going to move from the scenario you're in now, which is why I'm doing this. Same thing like there, people in your community, your age, your some different experiences, but the same objective can really advance anything you're doing. So I did that for a hot minute. I was a 2-year major. I graduated in 2018. It was supposed to be a 2-year thing. I finished in 2019 and I went into mechatronics. And as y'all know, what happened in 2019, the good old virus came around. The pandemic started and got dang, we did online learning. And I didn't want to do none of that. I did not. I tried my best. And like at this time, I had bought a new truck, right? 2019, so it was brand new year of. At that point in time, GMC Canyon and Red Quartz tin coat. It was a crew cab, 4-wheel drive, short bed, cool little truck, 3.6 liter V6. Nothing to really write home about. Had an 8-speed transmission that was complete garbage that GM should be totally lose that class action lawsuit for because 4,000 miles in that truck, the transmission started shuddering and failing. So, I mean, what can I tell you? Like that's just not a good quality product. Though I love GM, right? But it wasn't a good truck. They didn't do a good job because it had those issues. Like not even 4,000 miles in. So during the good old pandemic, um, I was in mechatronics and I didn't want to do the online stuff because I had 4 classes. I just didn't want to do it. It didn't. For me, I'm paying so I can be in a class to experience and learn with people's verbal, obviously, language, their body language, their expressions, with my peers. So I did not learn, and I did drop out. I withdrew from my classes with a W. It didn't hurt my GPA, but it wasn't something cool. And anyhow, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, we're in bag 2. We're in bag 2. We're making progress. We're making progress. Let's open this up real quick. Oh, I got a couple of the rings. Nothing too drastic. Open bag 2 right now. See if there's nothing. Miss anything? I don't know what this is for. Please don't tell me I missed this. Let me check it real quick. I don't know what that's for. It's not in any of the photos, so it should be okay. But huh. It's not in the photos, but it's tripping me out. You know, like why is it in the first bag and not being used? Whew. Okay. Anyhow, the pandemic strikes. No one's buying anything. Everyone's scared, and me, I'm like, I don't care as much. Even because my immune system's already compromised. Like, no matter what I do, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. And so I'm going out. I have this new girlfriend. I'm partying a lot. Never been to clubbing and stuff like that. I'm clubbing a lot. I'm going to parties, and all this good jazz. Having a lot of fun. Honestly, it was cool. It wasn't what I thought I would like, but I experienced it. I'm not a fan of it now. So every once in a while, quieres desquitar un poco. Like you want to just blow a bit of steam. It's a cool little rig to do that on. So COVID comes around. I'm partying a lot. I'm kind of bored of my other truck because I had issues, and no one's buying anything. So car prices were in the dump. I mean, they were so far from what you know now in 2023. You know, it was just like wow. Like I had paid $45,000 for that 2019 Canyon, and the Sierra that I ended up buying a 2020 Sierra crew cab, 4-wheel drive, short bed, Z31 SLT, another red quartz Cincoat, black leather interior, heated cool seats, driving assist, all the good stuff for 51 grand out the door. So a year prior, less than a year prior, like 5, 6 months, I paid 46 for the Canyon and I paid 51 for the Sierra. So I mean, god dang, I mean, what can I tell you? That was a good deal. It just makes sense. And this is the kicker right here. I got zero interest. I got zero interest in the loan. So, I mean, it was a good deal, right? I mean, why not? And so now I have this nice little truck, dating this chick, having a good time, going clubbing. I'm still working that night shift job, but Monday through Thursday, I'm not doing anything other than I'm not going to college anymore. So I'm going to parties and hanging out with this chick. And I didn't really realize that it was like toxic. Like this was like something I never wanted to do. I never wanted to be one of those people to just go clubbing every single day and not have any aspirations. But it's what I was doing. I just not super proud of it, but it was fun. It was fun. I can reflect on it now, knowing I didn't mess up as bad as some people could, or as was possible in the time. But I had a lot of fun. I danced a lot. My self esteem was all right. I didn't have to worry about nothing. And I mean, it is what it is, right? I had some fun. All right. I had a nice truck to go along with me. Had a somewhat pretty chick with me. Had a bunch of good experiences. Went to Florida. Went to freaking South Carolina a lot. Just going to beaches. I went on more vacations during that time of the world than any other time since. Like even before that, because once again, we were kind of poor. But now I'm making some decent money, no real bills other than my truck payment, and going everywhere, just not knowing how to act really. Geez. But you learn quick. That era did not last super long. I realized at some point, hey, like if I go down this route, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm not gonna be anyone. I'm just gonna be that one guy who's 30 years old at a club with some chick who's 30 years old and works at McDonald's. Like I'm not, or some fucking, excuse me, some freaking uh phone store. I'm so sorry. I can't believe that's twice now. I'm so sorry. But yeah, didn't want to do that. And I knew something had to change. So that relationship kind of ended. Oh, we're adding this to the top of this. Whoa. All right. Does it just sit in here? It just sits in place. I'm mind you. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's like a plunger. Look at that. Whoa. Almost dropped it. Okay. This is how that's looking. Move it to the side. But that. That was pretty much it for that little era. But it was longer than that. It was a whole year of just traveling and doing unholy stuff. Go to church, guys. Wait for marriage. Save yourself for marriage, and don't get with a girl who has like 30 freaking bodies. Just trust. That's you can't change people. You can't change people with that mentality. You're never gonna succeed. And if you try, you're just gonna waste a lot of time. But go for it. They're fun. They're very fun for a while. That's something no one can disagree with. They're fun. But do you want something fun or do you want something stable? Something consistent? Someone respectable? That's on you, baby. But that was pretty good little time. Once again, I had this big old truck. But fast forward, I think that year for everyone, I'm not sure if it was actually everyone or a lot of people, but for me, it felt like a leap year type of deal. Like we were in that leap year that gets skipped. Like we just skipped everything. Like nothing really lasted how it was supposed to last. The year flew by. I went back to do another semester of marketing. That was kind of boring in a way, but I finished it. And dang, now we're almost where we're at now. But during this time of COVID, cars were real cheap again, right? So real cheap. I bought like an Element and I sold that. And I was like, oh, I should start flipping cars. So I have all this time Monday through Thursday. Because like I said, I realized I don't want to just be partying every single weekend or every single week during the week and just spending money on this chick and parties and vacations. So I started flipping cars, and that's the story she wrote. That's it. Thank you for watching. Uh, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Uh, excuse me. What? No. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just being quiet because I need to finish this. I want to go to sleep. It is 11:30, so if I can get to sleep by midnight. Oh, I'm asking to die. Ah! Well, for no one who watched the stream, thank you for watching so much. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll make a reel about this being done in the morning, because that I think I'm dying. See y'all, but this is progress. An hour and a half in. All I need to do is make the flowers and then this little thing. So we're almost there. Thanks for if anyone ever watches this. Bye.